Fellas, lady fellas, F1 Real Society, welcome to the Fantasy and Reality Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Spencer Tucker. Today in the ridiculously overdecorated studio, we'll be rounding out our positional rankings with tight ends. I have the top 24 right here, so I'll try to give it to you as fast as I can, but give you important information so that you can try to draft if you haven't already done that. I'll just try to throw these out to you. Number one, not surprising, Travis Kelce. Dude's going to be fantastic, as always. So, don't need to talk about him anymore. Number two, I have George Kittle. But it's kind of a soft two. If he doesn't do in the top three like he did last season, I won't be surprised. But, I mean, he could do well. But the chemistry with Jimmy G might not be there yet because Jimmy G got injured so early in the season. But I mean, if Kittle produced with the other guys, he should definitely be able to produce with Jimmy G. So I have him at 2. Number 3, I have O.J. Howard. I think he's going to do fantastic if Winston can just buckle down, do what he can, target the guys that he has, the main 3, O.J. Howard included, then I think he's going to be fantastic. Number 4 is where I have Zach Ertz at. He fell a little bit because I think Dallas Goedert is going to be more of a factor than some people think. And he's not going to fall off too much. I just don't think he's going to see as much production as he did last season. He's going to see a tiny bit of regression. Not much, but I mean, regression nonetheless. So, 5, I have Evan Ingram. He's my tight end guy. I think he's going to be great, especially with all the weapons being hurt and suspended out there in New York. I think Evan Ingram's going to be that number 1 guy. Him and Saquon's going to have to carry the team. If he can perform and either Manning or Jones can target him, he should hopefully be a top 5 guy. Number 6, I have Hunter Henry, a candidate for comeback player of the year if he can kill it with Marvin Gordon doing whatever he's doing. They might run the ball a little less because I don't think Eckler and Jackson can carry the full workload. So more passing for Phillip Rivers means more production hopefully for Hunter Henry, and hopefully he can finish in the top 8, maybe even top 5 if things work out. 7, I have Jared Cook. He might be a little higher on my list than some others because I know personally how much they use really good tight ends in New Orleans. So if they can actually do something with him there other than the last few years before and after Jimmy Graham, then he can do you a lot of good in fantasy. So I have him finishing at 7. Number 8, I have Vance McDonald, and another guy who's going to receive targets from all the vacated targets that AB left. So I think he's going to be a force to reckon with in the tight end position. So he's definitely going to finish in the top 10 if he can see all the volume. Number 9, might be a little surprised. I have TJ Hockenson. I like Hockenson a whole lot. Even for a rookie tight end, I think he's going to be great. The Lions offense is not that great, but if TJ Hockenson can be targeted in the red zone, I think he'd be really good for a rookie tight end. Number 10, I have David Njoku. He's been kind of hit and miss, mediocre the last few seasons of his career. But if he can bounce back, if Baker can target him, I think he'll be a top 10 tight end. Number 11, I have Austin Hooper. He finished barely the top 10 last season, but it's not that he'll do bad. I think he'll do very similar to last season, maybe a little bit better, but I just think the other guys will do better than he will. So that's why I have him right outside the top 10. Number 12, I have Mark Andrews. I'm pretty high on him. I think he's going to do well. He might be the only pass catcher in Baltimore that Lamar Jackson can rely on. So in those rare times that Jackson does throw, it should hopefully go to Mark Andrews. Number 13, I have him kind of high, but that's because I see the potential of what he can do in his projections of how well he should. But I have Jimmy Graham. He, like I said, should do well. If he doesn't, he'll probably finish outside the top 20, but based on what he's doing, what he could do, I think I have him projected in the top 15 because of the potential. And Aaron Rodgers coming back, hopefully being healthy. So he should hopefully be a top 15 tight end. Number 14, I have Delaney Walker, the old guy, coming back from injury. So he should be pretty refreshed because I believe it happened in the preseason last season. So he's had plenty of time to rehab, recoup, and get his head back in the game. So hopefully he can be the number 1 guy for Mariota. Number 15, I have Trey Burton. He kind of fell off last season, but if Trubisky can give him the volume, then he could be a top 15 tight end. 16 and 17 is where I have Ebron and Doyle because of the whole Andrew Luck thing. I'd have them each a little bit higher because I think they're kind of going to split it up between Ebron, Doyle, and Wiley Cox. I think they're going to see split snaps, and so I don't think that one of them is going to be utilized a whole lot more because they're going to have to do a few different things because Andrew Luck's not there. So I think they'll see very similar production. Number 18, I have Noah Fant, and this dude is a beast. He's such a great athlete, but he is on the Broncos. His quarterback is Joe Flacco. They also have 3 good receivers, so I'm not sure in his first year how much he'll be utilized, but in Dynasty, he should be a guy that you can look toward. 19, I have Kyle Rudolph. I don't think he's going to do that well this season, especially with Irv Smith being back there, breathing down his neck. So I don't know how much Kirk Cousins is going to target Kyle Rudolph. So he might be a top 20 tight end, but it wouldn't surprise me if he wasn't. 20, I have the old man Greg Olsen, and if he can stay healthy, which I don't think he'll do, he might be another one that might just surprisingly up and retire. So if he can stay healthy, him and Cam could do decently well. Hopefully he's only utilized in the red zone. That way it's optimum utilization. So that way he doesn't have to do a whole lot of crazy stuff, won't get injured, but sees a lot of production and points. 21, I have Chris Herndon, the 4th. If he was suspended for the first 4 games, I think he would be a top 15, maybe even top 12 tight end because I have high hopes for him. I think he's going to do really well, but with just the 12th game, I don't think he's going to finish in the top 15. 22, I have Jordan Reed. I have Vernon Davis at 23 right after because Jordan Reed just got his 19,000th concussion, so he's going to miss some time possibly. They might sit him out to get him fully healthy because it's not just his first concussion, you know. They take it a lot more seriously because each one you get makes it worse, so you might sit out longer, so he might not see the targets from Keenum like he should, so Vernon Davis might be more valuable. And to round it off at 24, I have Dallas Goedert, and I think he's going to be utilized just a bit to be relevant. If you're in a deep league and need a second tight end, he could be a guy that's going to see some targets from Zach Ertz, and so that's why I have Zach Ertz a little bit lower, but Zach Ertz should still, I mean, he's Zach Ertz, he's going to do his thing, but that's why I have Dallas Goedert in the top 24 because I think Wentz will target him when he's on the field. But that was my top 24 tight ends. Tell me who you didn't like at this position, who you did like, where you had somebody, did I put somebody too high, too low, where'd you have them at, let me know. But as always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for support. Leave your topic suggestions, questions, comments, feedback down there in the comment section. Let us know what we're doing good, what we need to improve on. Just like anything else, we like criticism. We want to get better. We want to make you better. In order to do that, you have to smash that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We'll keep giving you content. Remember that sports is supposed to be enjoyed together, so please tell someone about us. That's how we're going to grow the channel, so everyone can learn from each other. That's what we want to do here. But lastly, God bless America and God bless fantasy football. Take care.